I know right now, people, it's hard to find some joy in some things, but what I find joy in is I just watched a video on Montana where the Montana farmers are going bankrupt. I think the state voted 100% districts to what's going on now. So Nebraska and see all the farmers crying about how they're losing everything, and then I look at Nebraska and how much they voted for this and how the farmers endorsed all this, and I say,
Yep. We are all entitled to our opinions and we are all entitled to the way we react to different things. So I feel your pain. I really feel your pain. Hey, beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for always stopping by, supporting me on this channel. So all credit goes to the creators in these videos. And guys, in today's video, in early 2025, this year, right, Trump puts new tariffs, extra taxes on goods from other countries. So that means everything that is imported, from farm equipment to fertilizers, now costs more. And for Montana farmers, this is a huge problem because they deal a lot with Canada. So imagine overnight, markets for cattle, wheat, lentils were just cut off. Cut off. Contracts were cancelled. Fertilizer prices jumped by hundreds of dollars per ton, guys. And for Nebraska farmers, most of what they grow, soybeans, beef, pork, corn, gets sold overseas. And with these tariffs and other countries that are pushing back and don't want to agree, the demand has dropped. Guys, let's see what these creators have to say because they are in their finding out season.
There's stories all over the internet about farmers going bankrupt across the country. And I want you to know, I want to feel sorry for you. I'm struggling. I'm struggling to care at all. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart because typically I have empathy, but I'm really, really tired of telling you farmers and you people that are in rural parts of the United States, I'm tired of telling you what your vote does to you. Yeah, I mean, you guys in the red states, you keep doing the same thing over and over again, and you're broke. You don't have any money. West Virginia, Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas, you get my point. You're broke. And yet you keep voting for the Republican Party that wants nothing to do with you. And farmers, guess what? You're included. But you keep voting red, and now you want me to feel sorry for you. I'm sorry. I just can't.
So the reality of the fact is that in the 2024 election, Trump received overwhelming support in farming-dependent states, where nearly 25% of the income or 16% of the jobs come from agriculture. Okay, so on average, about 78% of voters in those counties backed Trump, and that's an increase from 2020. So in rural America more broadly, Trump grew his margins. Like he won about 63% of these rural votes. So these farmers backed him up. And some of them are still backing him because they believe that there is a long-term strategy over this short-term pain. Many of them believe that these tariffs, these trade disruptions are temporary setbacks, right, that will ultimately benefit US agriculture. Guys, do you believe? And they feel that there's a desire for policy stability because some of these farmers actually hope that now that Trump has returned, it will bring predictable policy direction as opposed to rapid changes under different administration, Biden, now Trump, and all of that. Guys, what do you think about this in the comment section? Because many of them voted for him, not because they understood what he said he wanted to do, but because some of them are party loyal. They align because all these rural voters, they align with traditional and Republican values. Even when these policies hurt them economically, they will remain loyal because they feel that they have a cultural alignment, their social values, and they have long-term standing political identity. Like, what does that even mean when it hurts you directly? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let's keep watching.
Some new numbers have just come out that actually in some way make me happy, in some ways make me sad. See, in the first quarter of 2025, bankruptcies for farmers exceeded the 2024 total for the year. And in the second quarter, according to new reporting that just came out, they doubled last year's number. So the farmers that overwhelmingly voted for the administration we have are filing bankruptcies at a record pace. The last time farm bankruptcies were this high was during Trump's last term. For somebody that claims to love farmers, he sure just consistently hurts them. In fact, the last time it was this high was between 2018 and 2019. You would think maybe it was during 2020 and all that craziness, but no. This is all pre-pandemic Trump wonderful economic policies affecting farmers.
Well, the state of Nebraska and their governor Pilling is asking Donald Trump for help. See, the state of Nebraska is facing bankruptcy. Why are they facing bankruptcy? Well, let me tell you why. Because of the tariffs and farmland, they can't afford anything, and a lot of bad state business decisions. Now remember, Nebraska is straight red. They are Republican through and through. And now they're about to go bankrupt because of tariffs, farmland, and not doing the right thing with their money. So Governor Pilling is asking Donald Trump for help. No word Trump will help him. See, this is what happens when states don't do the right thing and the federal government don't tell the states, no, 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 you can't do this. So Nebraska, who loves nothing but MAGAs and Republicans, that's fine. You have that right. Now you're going bankrupt. And every state must balance their budget every year. Nebraska's in trouble. They are actually in the red. And I mean in the red big time because of poor decisions.
Multiple Texas farms shut down after almost 100% of workforce vanishes overnight. In a stunningly swift overnight change, some Texas farm operations had to shut down after losing virtually all of their workforce, an exodus triggered by the increase in immigration raids and increased enforcement. The ripple effects of these raids are the gift that keeps on giving and will be felt nationwide. Unpicked crops are now left unharvested. Livestock were left untended, and rural economies are on edge. This is the beginning of the complete collapse of our economy under this Project 2025 administration that doesn't know what they're doing. You talk about the immediate shuttering of farms, because this is actually what's happening. This is going to impact farmers. They're at risk of going out of business. Who's going to jump in? The federal government, to compensate them with our tax dollars. So now our tax dollars is going to be used to cover the bullshit leadership of this administration on top of the overwhelming increasing tax dollars being used by this administration to scare, to deport, to imprison people with brown skin. Like, our tax dollars are not helping everyday Americans at all. And this is just the beginning. Under Republican leadership. Share this video.
Sure, if you've seen this, but more U.S. farms have filed for bankruptcy in the first 3 months of this year than they did in all of 2024. Now, you might be sitting here saying, well, I'm not a farmer, I don't live in a rural community, so why in the hell should I care? This trend is going to affect all of us, and here's how. This is going to result in higher grocery prices. It's also going to result in corporations taking over, right? Big ag taking over. And we know what happens when big corporations take over. Less quality, higher prices. It's also going to make us even more dependent on foreign food sources. At a time when President Trump is increasing tariffs for no reason and with no clear plan. So again, all of this is going to affect food prices, which will then lead to higher cost of living, which will then lead to inflation. So much for helping the working class, right?
So I found this, and it says more U.S. farmers filed for bankruptcy in the first 3 months of 2025 than in all of 2024. The 259 filings mark the highest yearly total since 2021. This can't be true, is it? Unfortunately, it is, because this comes from a farming website where it says farm bankruptcies this year already exceed 2024 levels. More farms nationwide filed for bankruptcy in the first 3 months of the year this year than across the entirety of 2024. 259 filings in the first 3 months. And the article cites the person who is talking and a research study from Arkansas, and it is devastating. But I think there was somewhere, did I hear about this, that was going to possibly happen with Donald Trump back in office? Maybe that was us who were talking about it, because there was warnings of this, that bankruptcies for farmers and farms going out of business would hit an all-time high because of Donald Trump, his tariffs, and the way he does things. At what point are the megas going to admit Donald Trump is doing more harm than good? You couple this with just destroying food from the USAID for people who need it instead of giving it out. He's not on a very good roll right now. Well, I would say he's not on a good roll ever, but that's me. What do you guys think? Do you think that this is good? What do you think the MAGAs are going to say about this? Are they going to say anything about this? Comment, like, share, tell everybody. Spread this word. What we need is to talk about these things that are happening and how they are hurting U.S.-born citizens, and continue to put this shine, that light, right on Donald Trump.
What can you say about this latest FAFO regarding Montana and Nebraska farmers going bankrupt and having to close their farms? I mean, this is what you guys voted for, and people tried to warn you that this was going to be a thing. When I hear stories about the $2 billion soybean deal with China that fell through for Nebraska due to the tariffs, and then, the closing of migrant farms and all of this stuff, and Montana farmers going bankrupt, it's like, you can't say that people didn't warn you that this was going to be a thing. You just chose not to listen. Did you really think that Daddy Trump winning was going to line your pockets? Sorry to say that the only pockets that are going to get lined are the 1%. Nobody else. Sorry.
Guys, this matters a lot because both farmers in both states are losing money fast. In Montana, without Canadian markets, they cannot sell as much. Even when they can, their costs are higher because supplies like fertilizers and machinery parts now cost more. For Nebraska, with lower crop prices and higher input costs, many farms are close to breaking even or even losing their money entirely. And if this keeps up, some family farms would go bankrupt. And you know that when a farm closes, it's not just the farmer that suffers. The local stores who they distribute to will suffer, equipment dealers and small town economies will feel the heat. And these people overwhelmingly voted for Trump. They supported him, and they still feel that there will be a light at the end of this tunnel. Really, I don't know where this is going to lead, but it looks as if the end result is not going to be good, because this small pain that they are feeling now, that they think they want to endure for the greater gain, according to Trump, will eat them real hard. Thank you guys for listening. If you found value in this video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notifications so you can know when I post a new video. And I'll definitely see you in my next video. Please stay safe. Mental health is important. Ciao.